Hello, darlings. Welcome to Dialogued. I am your host, Nina.
And Ebony here.
Now, what we just went to go see was The Woman King. I've been wanting to do the warrior cry.
You did it! You want to?
I did. And of course, I'm the person that's like, I'm communicating to my fellow melanated infused people next to me. And I'm
she
like,
made friends, guys.
Look, I made friends real easy. Okay? I say, girl, you crying, girl, but makeup is okay. Look, so for those of you that are living under a rock, okay, Woman King is starred by Viola Davis, who also produced it, okay, and directed by Gina Prince Bythewood. Come on, Gina. Gave it to us. Okay, so the Agoje, right?
Yes.
That's the pronunciation. Agoje people was fighting the Oye in protection of the Dahomey Kingdom, okay? So this is Viola's bringing in the New or Naniska, if we're going with character names. But Aunt Vi was doing her thing, so I'm going to say Aunt Vi. So
she said it in the movie, too.
I did. I said, you better get her, Aunt
Vi. Yes.
Like we on first name basis.
Yes.
We can be Vi. We can. Okay, so she ends up recruiting the next generation because out the gate, first scene, bring me stronger warriors. Okay, come on. So that's the gist of it. Okay, it's bringing them in. They're fighting the Oye, and plot twist. Okay, she has a daughter, but you can't take a husband, and you're basically
because it's all female warriors. Yeah, you're not allowed to have husbands and families. And so she was imprisoned, right?
Right.
At one point, made it back, but she was pregnant, had a kid in secrecy.
Right.
Came right back to work.
I mean, that's what they do. They kick you out 2 days after you have a kid and say, go back to work next week. So, I mean, we really haven't come that far in centuries. So, having the plot twist of her having an actual daughter and finding out that one of the warriors, the most spunkiest warriors, is her daughter was just like, and that feeling of like finally finding the child or connecting with the child that you gave up, how hard that is.
Man, like let's just finish the plot because I'm still digesting what happened in that movie, but like
all I know is that I want to do a warrior cry and I need a sword. I need a sword and I need an enemy and I want to go. Okay, I want to go training.
Yes.
So, Ebony, what was probably a highlight for you of what you liked about Woman King?
Real quick, so turns out the spunkiest warrior was her daughter, and then they had to go rescue her, and then she came back and was crowned like
Woman King.
Woman King. Okay.
Right.
So what was your question?
Well, it's in the title. This is Woman King. Okay, so having what was something that really touched you? What was probably the most like?
Oh. Okay. So the thing about this movie is there were so many like gems,
yes,
like moral gems, if you're looking for it.
Okay.
So like that's what I'm trying to digest. So the most heartwarming moment, shit. When they verified that was her secret daughter.
Because that was just her scar.
You could see, the child's perspective and the mother's perspective at the same time. Okay?
Yes.
So there's a lot of emotions going on there.
I kept saying they need therapy, but therapy didn't exist in that time, so they're fucked. I was like, they needed a therapy session, man.
That's what war is for them, right?
It was that look, just get over it. I'm your mama. Okay, you my mama.
But no, but she's just like
she had to
God.
process. Yeah.
Yeah. Her friend even said, "Nah, man, that's crazy.
That's crazy. You crazy.
I wouldn't do that. Crazy. The universe, God wouldn't do that. They wouldn't put the daughter I gave away.
The gods are not that cruel.
The daughter that I gave away. Nah, she's not the best one here.
Look,
nah.
I was like, the gods aren't that cruel. They'll put you through something. He will put you through. Yes. The heartwarming.
Baby shark tooth.
Shut up. The shark tooth in her scar. I mean, that was just such a great planting, and I feel like anybody that gave away their child that probably didn't want to, but knew they needed to.
Yeah.
And because I get where she was coming from with love is weakness, or having that family will keep you from making logical decisions when you're on the battlefield. You have to kill your tears, like
heart and head, right?
Right. We have to do a hard job, and we can't be clouded by other emotions. So you got to kill those. So her having a baby was really, it was hypocritical, but it was like she did what she had to do by.
She was in prison. I mean, that was not by choice. So
absolutely not. And then for any woman who has ever been abused, you have been raped, you have been assaulted, and to get your assailant, she had the opportunity to go with him toe to toe, hand for hand, sword for sword. I felt that for
more
her.
than once. Yeah.
More than once.
Yeah.
I felt that she was a little shaken. Okay.
Was that your most like moment with emotions? Like, oh my
there were too many.
Right? Okay.
For me, it was the whole movie. But I would say just working backwards when they drowned the white dude. Yeah, I was like, get his ass. Okay, I don't know if y'all heard my little demon cry. Yes, I was like,
oh, here we go.
Look, when you for Malik, and Malik is fine as hell. Okay, okay, he's in there with Regé-Jean Page. Okay, Regé-Jean Page. All right, so for me, when you have we grew up together, your white friend, and they're from Brazil, I believe it was, because they're speaking Portuguese. Mm-hmm. So Brazil. And you're keeping me in my place. So his mother was Dahomey, which is where the warriors are from, and his father was white. So he's mixed, but he's still underclass. So yeah, your friends, it's kind of like, oh, you let the slave kids be friends with the master's kids or whatever, but know your place type thing. Yeah. That was the vibe I kept getting. It was like, yeah, you live freely, but you're still in your own version of a prison in a sense, societal wise or status wise. And he freed slaves. He freed the captors because they aren't slaves yet. He freed the captors and let them take them down. Yep. You instantly into the bosom of those African people, and they are giving gratitude. They trying to tell you, get out, you gotta go. Because you did that. I don't know how you're gonna go home. I wouldn't go home, because that last look was like, come home to the homie. Your mother would want it. Okay? Look, I was speaking African the whole way back here.
I was speaking African. Oh my God.
The whole way back here. I was like, I'm going to get my accent together. Okay, so what were some things that were surprising to you?
Well, let's start with your favorite, like, most emotional scene when the white guy got drowned. Okay. So, that was so controversial because, like I said earlier, whatever you want to take for a moral, like, gem in the story, you can get. So I'm critical, and like watching this movie made me really, really realize that, because you were cheering in the theater as this man is drowning. I'm like, oh wow. I was like, okay. I was like, let me think about this. Like, what is actually happening? Justice, right? Symbolism. The symbolism was huge, and I think that scene alone is fearful for a lot of people, right? Why? So if they identify white, and then they see a white person being drowned,
let's back up. How do you just identify white? Can you be black and identify white? You just white. Stop playing with me, Ebony.
That's a whole big box. Oh. Let's not go there. I'm sure there's people in history all over the place. Okay. But so seeing that, and it wasn't censored. Like, man was dying, drowning. Yeah. Okay, some people are gonna be scared. I was like, okay, this is a powerful moment. But there was a lot of sadness for the mixed kid. I'm a mixed kid, so I'm thinking about it from the mixed kid point of view too. Right? That's his childhood friend. Yeah. So that was one of his people that he grew up with. Treated him somewhat decent, but second class. So it was like, I liked you because you were the best of the worst, but I know that you're wrong. Yeah. And I don't know these people, but you're wrong. Yeah. And like, but he's like mourning in a way his childhood friend.
I mean, he was sad, but I think he knew what he had to do, because he knew that the grand scheme of it, slave trading, was wrong, and the people that he was taking were.
He thought he would be okay with it, right? And it was in his face, and it was like,
you saw the shell shock when he first got onto the shores. He was like, "What?" Thinking what you got to get some wheat and barley. I don't know how much info they told this man before he came about why they were there, but he knew was that he wanted to visit the homie. Because his mom had just died and he wanted to go visit her home tribe. Yeah. Basically. So, I mean, he was shell shocked, but I think at the end he was like, I'm part of these people. Yeah. And to have
and it was good to have him be welcomed. That was huge.
Yes, it was. Yeah. I absolutely agree. Another part that had me was them training. Like, to have, what's her name? Nawi?
Yeah, Nawi.
Yes, to have Nawi train. She was cast off by her father. It was on some Color Purple stuff, y'all. It was like old dude getting a young wife. And she didn't say nothing, you know, it was just like, who is this dude? And you don't speak to your husband? Smack. Oh, she wasn't having it. She was not having it. She pushed that old dude down.
This ain't gonna be her life.
She's only touching. And she got given away to the king, which was being a warrior, right? I thought she was going to be a ho-ho. She was going to be one of the concubines.
I had no idea. Actually, I had no idea. I thought she was going to be the future king. The future woman king.
Oh, she was too young.
No, I thought it might have been a flashback. I had no idea what was going on.
What? Did you watch the trailer? Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah. No.
And that's your conclusion?
Did I?
Did you?
I try to forget because I like to go in with a clean slate. Let me put it that way. That's my methodology. I like to go in like least amount of influences as possible. Like I know that's why it's so interesting. That's why I'm always trying to crack your algorithm, girl. Like
that is not going in with a clean slate. That's going in with no slate at all. Like it's this. You're going in knowing like not knowing who you're supposed to be looking out for. Who's your protagonist? Yeah. The marketing people work so hard to make that
for people like you. For people like you
not to watch it is just insulting. That was the rally. That was like, watch this. Yes, I'm watching. So what made you want to watch Woman King then?
I mean, come on. Because
you have to know
you
something
can tell,
about it.
Yeah, it's a woman empowerment movie. You can just tell that by looking at the still shot. Boom. I'm there.
I would say it wasn't necessarily. It was a people empowering. However we felt with Wakanda, so Woman King will also give you that same feeling. That walk out of like you about to do a warrior cry. You like they are such the very epitome of like warriors, regardless of gender, because they had men on the side of them as well. Just equally doing it, but of course the women just had a different sense about them. You take away they purpose of having kids and I gotta serve a man. Look, some beasts.
Yeah, I mean the movie definitely highlighted like don't sleep on women. Like
yes,
Viola was looking fit, healthy, and strong. You know.
Yes, every single one of them. My favorite, the nails.
It was incredible. I mean the way they did that with the warrior uniform, where they weren't over feminine and over masculine.
Was it weird that I was kind of looking at her boobs? I was looking at how they like kept their boobs.
No, because I did too. I was like, so if they're running, you know that math.
Are y'all binding? Like it was a little binding going on with the.
Well, yeah,
you had to bind it. You had to.
You had to, and I think they did a really good job. That was a technical skill.
Izogi, besides Nabisco, who was Viola Davis, Izogi was my favorite. Yeah. With the nails, though she went out like a G. She was a G, triple.
She gave personality though.
Yes, she did.
You know, like she was that lovable person in there through that strength. Like she was still a soldier, but you know.
I think as even for guys, if you've ever had a coach. And it usually is the assistant coach, right? So she gave me assistant coach vibes of like, look, man, just do what you got to do so you can get off his damn nerves so we can, you know, make the play good. And, you know, I felt like that was her kind of bringing her in of like, this is the insider trade. You want to make it, this is how you make it. And I can appreciate those people even in present time that will pull somebody that you can be great.
Yeah. That's good leadership.
Yes, it is.
That's just good leadership. That's how it's supposed to work. You know, Viola was loved and respected, and she was the most powerful person. But she was able to show leadership. You don't have to be cruel. You don't have to, you know, be showy. And then she had her loyal followers, you know, the older sisters. You know, like, collectively, let's just put in that. Like,
you got older sisters, yes.
Yeah, and then the younger ones learned to respect her too. So I love that example, you know?
Absolutely. I love the fact that their reasons were different. Even if you were captured from another village, you could still be a part of the Ogoji, right? So the fact that they could be a part of this grand scheme of women warriors, though you may have come from somewhere else, but once you pass the test and you give your blood oath, which I felt like was so much blood. Look, I'm like nudging Ebony, like, how much blood is that? That looked like a lot. Okay, I mean, it was like a good, you know, and then they put it on top of the dowel and they sacrifice. Look, take a blood oath. I'm used to like the little prick of a finger. We're sisters.
That's some like little witchcrafting, like,
we're committed.
A spitting needle. No,
right?
They were warriors.
Like, so much. Like, okay, God. But I feel like that it was such a great movie, you guys. Like, I 1000%. 5 stars. Go to the movies to see it. I don't care if it's at the Dollar Movie Theater. Like, y'all will probably, I don't know who can top it. Probably Black Adam, but that's just because the outfit. But having Woman King, I've been looking forward to, because I love me some Viola Davis. Everything that she's ever done. I would have got emotional if I was Naui to be like, I got to play your daughter. I would have been, you wouldn't even, I don't need no motivation. The fact that you're in my presence, Viola, like, come on. I am.
She killed it.
She killed it.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
Okay, but I'm going to do this to you, Nina.
Over here.
Yeah, Nina, I'm going to turn this upside down for you. You ready?
What?
You ready?
She finna start some shit. What?
All right. So, we spoke about this kind of off camera. I was hoping to a little bit. This is going to be a classic. Like, yes. It has to. I want to rewatch it. Yes. Like, now, just to continue to absorb so many lessons. Like, I'm still like ruminating over it, and it's gonna take a while. Like, maybe a part 2, because I could probably talk about this movie for hours, but I'm gonna turn this on your head.
Oh, Jesus.
For you.
What you gotta say?
All right. So we have women empowerment, but why, when she was crowned or made woman king, did she sit lower than the king himself? So even though it was a woman empowerment movie, and we saw how low it got, like, your property, marriage is not an out, marriage is a sentence of being sent into the fields, being beat by your husband. Okay, so, well, she was supposed to be elevated, right? Now he was supposed to be elevated, but still the highest is still man power.
I thought she was finna on some crap, y'all.
No. So
I got it. I got already the explanation to your whole conundrum you're having. Okay, so for the king to be present, he's still the present king, and she's the woman king. They were announcing that this is your newest ruler. When I die, when I'm done as being king,
the line of succession,
she is your new king.
Was it truly a line of succession?
Yes, it was like I will be.
But then why would the other wife be so upset?
Because it's still a sense of power that you have by knowing that you're next up. It's kind of like the whole, like, the queen being dead right now. Charles was like,
wait, but when did they break that down? That was the succession. Come on, because I know you know period times. Like,
yeah, so
I know you watch The Crown and Bridgerton.
Absolutely. So when you have, that's why
Phil V.
And I did it back, and I just talked to my coworkers about that. I said that's why Scar was so pissed at Mufasa and Simba, because he was next in line. If Mufasa just died and had no kids, he would be next. Mm-hmm. Now that you have a kid, it's done and over with. Mm-hmm. Like, I've been moved to the side because of course he's gonna have kids, and now I'm done. So Woman King. They had mentioned that and there was a word that they used, but context clues was that you're next. Basically, you want to be the next because the gods that they served was man and woman, and they believed in equality of man and woman being equal. So yes, you have a man king, but usually it is a woman king. His brother who sold his mama, y'all.
That was a messed up fact. Yo, that was messed up.
Who sold his mama, didn't believe in it. And he said, I will uphold tradition. Usually it is a woman who rules. All right, or taking those turns to rule. So that's what the context was of like him getting back into tradition.
So when he
choosing he was going to choose a woman regardless, but Shantae, which is one of his brides, wanted to be the next woman king. So, but she ain't earned it.
See, that's why I want to watch it over again, because that just didn't sit right with me. You know
what? I mean, you was
no, because I didn't know it was a succession. I thought that was his wife, one of his many wives.
No, it was just that you would be next.
Did I miss that in the Star Wars opening entrance? Yo, that made me feel old.
It was...
That made me feel old. I was like, I should have brought my clothes.
They had a Star Wars moment. They had a Pocahontas moment. Where
Pocahontas! No!
And I called it out in the movie. I was like, you're finding rocks by a waterfall river?
Just
there's a colonizer coming in. I just know it. But it was Malik that was coming around by a little mixed drop. Okay. So he ended up coming. And he was naked. And I was like, it's definitely a Pocahontas moment. I'm feeling it though. The African version. But yes, it was about succession of her being next. When his reign is over, she would be.
Okay.
But it was also them teaming together as well. So the decisions will be made.
That's why it was confusing for me. I thought that was his wife because they're teaming. But anyway,
I don't think I would have been like, I don't want to get that.
No, but honestly, that's why I want to keep watching this movie.
Okay, like, so you need to watch it over again to like, because the more you watch something, different stuff that you pick up. But first take, that was what I took from it.
Okay, also, it was giving, I know we're supposed to wrap up, but Alias vibes, think about it, with the fighting scenes. I haven't seen a female choreographed fight.
Are you really referring to Jennifer Garner?
Yes!
I watched it, but I was so annoyed with Alias. I need to find out. Just whining. That was why.
Okay, maybe because it was a little bit of a spy mission. She was going out and. Oh my god.
I can't believe spy mission. We are warriors. We are not spies. We come out. We're going stealth.
Yeah, like the lionesses, like a spy.
Right. No, but spy. Spy a little different. I'm gonna go with stealth. I'm gonna go with that word for infantry purposes. We are. Oh, and then they have sniper.
Wait, let's look at the spy criteria.
Look, we'll look at that in the comments.
Stealth.
Then we had a little a sniper situation going on when she had got on the floor. She gave a little Marine Army sniper situation. It was. Y'all, it was just epic. Let's just summating that up to it was epic is 5 stars.
And I also wanted to giggle.
You wanted to giggle
because where did we get the word homie from? Is this where we get the word homie from? Is this the root of origin?
The homie? Probably not. Everything's like Latin.
That's the homie.
That's the home. Shut up. We're done. You're done. All right. And that is the review on Woman King. We're going to get Ebony up out of here, y'all. That has been Dialogue, honey.
Yeah.
Bye. Hello, darlings. It's Nina here. Now, while Ebony's in the back getting nostalgic, I thought I'd let you know that you need to subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and like and share. This is Dialogue, honey. Get into it.